So today we will conduct an experiment on reciprocating pump. Okay, this is a single stage reciprocating pump. I have another experiment where we will conduct experiment on multi-stage reciprocating pump. Okay. Sorry, we have a multi-stage centrifugal pump. Okay, we have multi-stage centrifugal pump, and also we have single-stage centrifugal pump. Only one single stage means it is only just centrifugal pump. Okay. First of all, we should understand the difference between reciprocating pump and centrifugal pump. I hope you know this. Correct? What is the difference? What is the basic difference between reciprocating and centrifugal? The word itself indicates reciprocating means linear motion, which we see in the engine. Piston will be doing to and fro motion or reciprocating motion in the cylinder. Correct? So that is reciprocating motion. Because of this, there will be intermittent motion of the fluid. Intermittent motion of the fluid will not get continuous. Okay. In case of centrifugal pump, because of the rotation, water will be first sucked inside, then it will be pushed outside. Okay. So here, because of reciprocating, one cycle means when the piston is moving from one end to the other end, suction will happen. When it is moving from this end to the other end, the water will be pushed outside. So you will get intermittent, not continuous. If you want to get continuous, then you have to use for you have to go for two stage. Okay. Yes. Now here, as you can see here, we have your vacuum pressure and delivery pressure. Okay. Now what is the significance of these two? Vacuum pressure, it indicates the amount of or the head against which this is working. Head. If you use the equation P is equal to rho GH, P is equal to rho GH, where rho is the density of the liquid, G is the acceleration due to gravity, and H is the head against which the pump has to work. Okay. This indicates suction pressure. To what height the water will be sucked. From the ground level, if you take this as ground level, from this level, if the pump is placed here, initially it has to suck, then it has to deliver, So this will give us suction pressure or suction head. This will give us delivery pressure or delivery head. So let's suppose, imagine you have pump somewhere here. So this is your base level. In your home, you see, there will be pump. There will be pump. Pump will be at some height from the basin level of the base water or the sump water. So from there, water has to be sucked. Then from the pump, it will be pushed outside or pushed to the overhead tank. Correct? So that suction is this vacuum pressure. Because of this, vacuum will be created and the water will be sucked inside the pump. Then because of centrifugal action, water will be pushed outside in case of centrifugal pump. Correct? So same thing happens here. Here it is linear motion. As you told, it is linear motion. Correct? Once it will be sucked, in the other motion it will be delivered. Okay? So this you should know. Even you can see the same thing in case of centrifugal pump also. It is there in the other lab. Okay? It is not here. Here we have multi-stage. But there also you can see there will be suction pressure and there will be delivery pressure. Compulsory it has to be there. Correct? No? Because first the water has to be sucked, then it has to be delivered. Okay? So together we will come to know against what height the pump has to work. Correct? Say your overhead tank is at some height, and again the water is storing. You are storing in the sump tank. So the working head will be the water level, the ground tank water level, and the overhead tank water level. That is the total working head. So if you do the summation using this pressure, if you calculate head, suction head and delivery head, you will get the total head. Okay? And actually we will be coming across some losses. Those losses are because of major loss and minor loss. Okay? Then you will get net head. Okay? So here we will be calculating the efficiency of the reciprocating pump. What is the efficiency finally? Okay? For that, what all we need, we have tabulated already, and there are list of formulae that we will be using and we will be calculating. Okay? And the main thing is, this is a power absorbing device. From where we will get the power? From the mains. When we switch on the mains, we will get the power. Then as the reciprocating starts working, the water will be sucked and it will be delivered. Okay, as it is, you know, for a lab model, as it is a lab model, you can see, you can come close and just check. The water will be stored in this tank. This is your sump tank, this is your overhead tank. Okay, and in almost all the experiments there is a common procedure. In order to calculate Q, we have a common procedure that sir will explain. You know the basic equation of Q is equal to discharge is equal to what?
kg per second.
That is meter cube per second. That is A into V, area into velocity. Based on the same concept, here we will find out that. Okay? Yes? Here actually we use the word for say certain centimeter rise in the water level. For certain centimeter rise in the water level, what is the time taken? And we know the area of the tank. We know the area of the tank. So one will give us the meter per second unit, another will give us area, meter cube. So if you multiply, we will get to know the discharge. Because we will be using discharge to find out other parameters. Okay? So ultimately our aim of the experiment is to find out the efficiency of the reciprocating pump. Okay? So you may get efficiency in the range of 40, 50, something like that. You just check what you will get. Okay? So this is about the experimental setting. And about the formulae, if you just go through the manual, you will come to know. I will be explaining formulae also. Okay?